What is up, guys? It is Brittany, and I know I'm looking a little rough, the background's looking a little rough, but that's what we have to deal with today because I decided to wait till last minute to film this video, so yay procrastination. But anyway, this week's theme is types of week. So since I've been traveling lately, I'm going to do types of people on an airplane because I was kind of sitting on the airplane the other day and I was like, man, there are a lot of different types of people, especially at different times that you're flying, because I have done, within the past 2 weeks, I've done an early morning flight, a midday flight, and a late flight at night. So I'm pretty versed, I feel like, in the type of people on planes. You have the sleeper. This is, depending on where they're sitting, if they're in the window, this is the best type of passenger to have. They don't talk to you, they sleep the whole time, they don't get up. And, I mean, if they're on the aisle, it's a little harder, especially if you need to get up and stuff. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so you have the person that sleeps the whole flight, which, depending on the flight, usually late night flights, I'm usually that person that will sleep. The second type of person is the person that reads, and this is also a good type of person on a plane. I'm going to get to worse people on planes soon enough, trust me. The reader just literally reads the whole time, which I sometimes do depending on how bored I am, what book I'm reading, so on and so on. The third type of person is my mother. Just kidding. Well, kind of. It's the person that gets up every single minute. Not every minute. Let me rephrase that. The person that gets up so many times during the flight because they always go to the bathroom. My mother is like this. I'm the person that just sits on the plane, doesn't get up ever until we have to leave. She's the type of person that has to go to the bathroom every like 30 minutes. Which, I mean, is fine if you're in the aisle because you aren't really bugging anyone. But if you're on the window or middle, it's kind of annoying for the person on the aisle. You have the person that likes to talk. So on some planes I've done this, and it just depends on who you're sitting by and the type of flight, I guess. But it's the person that will talk to you. And I'm personally fine with that because I love talking one-on-one with people. And it's fun, especially if the topic's good. So on my flight to Pennsylvania, the beginning of December, mid to beginning December, I sat next to this lady who we talked the whole entire flight, and it was perfectly fine. But then I've had people who sit next to me on planes and try to start a conversation when I have earbuds in and I don't want to talk. You have the rude person. So this is the person that is rude to you, rude to flight attendants, just in general rude. And these are people I cannot stand, and there's no situation where I can stand these type of people on a plane. You are getting a service from someone. Don't be rude about it. Everyone else is in the same situation as you are at this very moment. So don't be rude to everyone else who you're with. Or the people that like complain about every little thing. Like, oh, the coffee they served wasn't good enough. Oh, I'm like, it's on an airplane. Oh, do you expect it to be good? The next type of person is my brother. The person that takes up both armrests, which, I mean, if you're in a 3-seat thing, you can. But if you're with strangers, usually you leave one armrest empty. And you have, like, if you're on the window, you take the one on the left. If you're on the aisle, you take the one on the right. The person in the middle can choose which one to take. But, like, my brother, like, sprawls out and takes both and kind of intrudes into your seat, which is fine because it's usually me and my mom sitting next to him. But still, it's like, really? I mean, we need to share these armrests. You don't get all of them. And the last type of person on the plane, okay. I love these type of people on planes when I'm close to them. Does that make sense? Okay, let me explain. These are the type of people who do not like flying and are like afraid of it. Which, it sounds weird that I like to be by them, but when I was on a flight from College Station to Dallas, there was this one lady who has never flown. She was an older lady. I think she might have flown before, but it's been a long time. And she was just so scared and like almost hyperventilating, but I was in, okay, so you have a row of just one seat, and then you have a row of B and C, so 2 seats. And we were in the row of 1 seat. And as it was, like, taking off, you could tell she was kind of, like, anxious and stuff. I was just like, whatever, like, no big deal. Like, just thought taking off was hard. Even in the air, she was kind of, like, stressed out a little bit, but when we started to descend into Dallas, she really started freaking out. Not like to the point where people had to come over and help her, but she was just freaking out. She kept asking me like, how do we land? Like, how long does the flight? Like, just all these questions that people usually ask who they haven't been on the flight and they are very uncomfortable. And it was cool because I got to talk to her and kind of like calm her down through that whole situation. Like when the whole time we were descending, she like grabbed my hand and like I have my hand back. She was holding my hand. She was the sweetest lady ever. And I really like it when like you can just help ease someone's pain, or not pain, anxiety and stuff, because I fly a lot. I fly way too much, but it's like she hasn't flown. So it's like, I was just talking to her about where I've traveled, how my parents live in Pennsylvania, how we've been to Mexico, how, like, just all the trips I've been on. And she was like, whoa, you fly so much, like, I would not be able to do it. And through me talking about it, it kind of calmed her nerves a little bit, which was really cool to see. Let me know some of the people you've come into contact with, because I really like to know. I love flying. There's so many different types of people. But yeah, I will see y'all next week. Bye.